Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another heavy metal diecast video and our first Herpa one, I think, in 1/72 scale diecast, of course. And this is a Eurofighter Typhoon hiding in this box from TaktLwG 74, which was formerly known as Jagged Geschwader 74. JG-74 was the last West German fighter wing to be formed. It was activated in 1961 and still remains operating, of course. JG-74 got the honorary name JG-74 Molders in November of 1973 after the Luftwaffe World War II ace Werner Molders, of course. In 2005, though, the name Molders was stripped by the German government as they decided it was not appropriate to have that name in the title, citing his involvement in the Condor Legion and his sort of association with the Nazi Party to be the reason for that removal. Although Molders was not a Nazi Party devout and often had issues with their policies as well until his death in 1941, but the government at the time thought otherwise and did remove his name from that title. In 2006, they would start transitioning to the Typhoons that we have hiding in this box. The last Luftwaffe F4 Phantom was retired in 2008, which the Typhoons were replacing, and our aircraft here is one from the 2018 NATO Tiger Meet held in Poland, of course, and it is painted in this lovely Ghost Tiger livery, and it was awarded the trophy for best tiger design of the 2018 Tiger Meet, of course. And it is in a nice presentation box. This is really thick cardboard, and it does look very nice, sort of snug in there, of course. That livery does look very interesting. It does seem pretty basic. There doesn't seem to be too much going on inside there or in the box or anywhere else. So what we'll do is we'll get this Typhoon out of this big box, get our hands on it so we can have a real good look at it. What do you reckon? All right, with the packet out of the box, we can lift this lid up and have a little look. It does look very similar to the JC wings, Witty wings type of styling. Even the configuration in here does look very similar, even down to the instructions and these little instructions that there is well, that's your instructions. That is very small, or my hands, they're not that big. So that's a small set of instructions, so at least there is some. And of course there is some gear bay doors in this little baggie, so that's going to be a little bit of fun there, of course. And you do get another baggie that does have what looks to be some fuel tanks that we need to put on, and the front canards that we need to put on the aircraft as well. So we'll turf that over here. And of course your landing gear options for gear down. And we want to grab this aircraft out. Let's see if we can get this to pop out. So obviously these as well do not come with a stand, so we will not be having a look at it in on a stand. So this is how you get it. If you want a stand, you need to buy that separately. So, but boy, this this livery does look very interesting. That does look very nice. As I said, this is our very first Herpa one. I've got to be careful when I'm saying that. That does look very nice. Let's have a little look at some of these little details. There's not a great deal going on in regards to, I suppose, panel lines and anything like that, but the detail, the paintwork is absolutely spectacular. This looks crazy. Look at that. I think the rudder, yeah, the rudder does have some movement there. It's got some reasonable engine detail there. Have a little look. The livery, I think, is identical down both sides. That does look very nice. Have a little look at the cockpit. I wonder if we can get our fingers to open this up, which we sort of can, but it's still kind of hard to try and get in there to show you some detail. Let's try it this way. There is a little bit of minor detail in there. It's just really hard. I will try and get some photos of that so you can see it after the video in the photo montage. You can check it out with a bit more detail. But this looks really nice. That's fantastic. We'll turn it over and have a little look underneath, of course. We'll have a look at some of those details. The lines on there, beautiful. Well done. Nice paintwork. Even there's different colours in their wheel wells, of course. That looks awesome. It's very nice. Excellent. Yeah, this doesn't look too bad to build, so I'm pretty happy with it. What we'll do is we'll kit this out with some landing gear options, of course, and some ordnance, and we will come right back and have a little look at it. All right, we're back with in-flight. I thought I'd tackle the in-flight version first, because for a start off, we don't have a stand to put it on, so at least when we do gear down, I can actually put it down at the end of the video. So straightforward. You just put the two canards on. They are plastic and you have to cut them off a little sprue like the good old days of building model kits, and then place them in the little holes. You do have to trim a little bit so you can push them in, because it is quite hard to push them in, and you don't want to break those little tabs off there and there by forcing too hard the plastic pieces into that metal area of the fuselage. The gear bay doors just go straight in. I didn't push these ones all the way home just in case. They are really hard to get off for when I do gear down. So you can see it sort of lifted up a little bit. I want to mention that I did not push them hard in. So just in case you think that's how it's going to look, I don't know if that's how it's going to look. I don't want to risk pushing so hard that I can't get these off again. I do have a habit of that every now and then, having difficulty to get the in-flight gear bay doors off some models, so I can put gear down versions on. But as you can see though, there is the little slit in there for when you have gear down. That's where the open nose wheel door will slide into. And of course, that's visible when you've got it in flight. Yeah, that's pretty silly. They should really have that slot inside there, and work a way to have that open gear bay door slot into it inside that area. But they haven't, and this is how it looks. So, if that annoys you, then that annoys you. The ordnance, there's a couple of empty pylons which match under the wings, but the fuel tanks are a different colour. They do not match the same as the grey underneath there. And that also goes the same for the arrestor hook there. That is that same greeny sort of grey, whereas the rest of the aircraft underneath is that blue-grey, of course. But it does set up nicely. We will turn it over and have a little look. And there she is. This is how yours will look in flight, of course. And I think this livery does look absolutely beautiful. And so if you're an in-flight guy, this is exactly how you'll be displaying yours, of course, and it does look pretty cool for sure. You will definitely be pretty happy with yours, I reckon. And of course, if you do want to display it on a stand, you've got to fork out some more cash so you can buy one of those, as they are sold separately, of course. But yeah, another nice sort of little build. As I said, this is our first Herpa one, so it's very interesting to see how similar they are to another manufacturer like a JC Wings, and they sort of look almost identical, which I'm sure if someone in the comments below will tell me if they are using the same molds. I think I have heard something like that along the course of my journey collecting, but I am not 100% sure, and so I will not say if it's true or not. But what we'll do is I can't put this down, so what we'll do is we'll chuck some landing gear on this and have a look at it gear down and come right back. All right, let's go do that now. Alrighty, we're back with this in gear down. Very straightforward process, of course. You put your main landing gear in. They do have the gear bay door attached to them, so that's just one piece. You put those two little pieces in there, and then you do put a gear bay door on either side there, and that is the main landing gear setup. And then there is that little nose wheel gear bay door there that you put in, of course, and then the actual nose wheel landing gear that you just drop straight in. And that is job done. Very straightforward. No real hassle with it. It does come up quite nice, and it is very easy. So that is gear down if you want to display it like this. And we'll have a little look. It does set up pretty nicely. So if you want to display yours on your landing gear on your shelf, this is how she will look. And it is a really nice looking livery, this one. I can see why it did win that trophy for best livery in the 2018 NATO Tiger Meet. That is for sure. That is great. Now, it also does have a little air brake just there that you can open, but I can't get that open with my fat fingers at the moment, and I'm not going to look like an idiot trying to do that for you on camera. So I will just tell you about it. And you do get a little pilot figure with it as well if you so choose to chuck that in there, but I don't really use pilot figures myself. I like to just display the aircraft, and yeah, I reckon this one does look really nice. We will put this on the deck and have a real good look at the livery from the top there. Beautiful. How cool does that look? We'll zoom in, of course. Very nice. All right, we will wind this video up, of course. We've waffled on way too much. So, once again, this is by Herpa, of course, our very first, and it is 1/72nd scale die cast. It is the Eurofighter Typhoon from the German Luftwaffe, of course, from Luftwaffe 74, which is a goddamn mouthful. And this was the aircraft that was at the 2018 NATO Tiger Meet that was held in Poland, of course. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this, throw us one of those. If you can find that little button, to click the like button down there. And, of course, feel free to subscribe to the channel if you like what you are seeing and want to be kept up to date with more videos that we do put out. All right, thank you very much for spending your valuable time, of course, watching another one of our videos. You all have a fantastic rest of your day. Cheers, everyone.